Shavua Tov, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to a very special late night Motzai Shabbat broadcast. In roughly 24 hours, or maybe even less, the prisoner exchange will start in Israel. I had a chance to make a video just 3 days ago that went viral with tens of thousands of views. I'm glad that everybody's paying attention to what I wrote in the Fall of Edom. If you have not had a chance yet, I encourage you today, read the Fall of Edom. What I wanted to do this evening with you is to analyze it one more time so that each and every one of you understand the seriousness of what's happening right now in Israel. Number one, so that we can pray. Number two, that we gain understanding. And number three, so that we can prepare for the days ahead. I hope that this special broadcast tonight will bless you. Please consider supporting our program and, of course, read The Fall of Edom and the new Hamas. Let's dive in and decode what's happening right now in Israel. Shalom, everybody.
As we start this very important segment together, I want to start with a tefillah that I really believe is critical for us to say, especially with what we're about to enter into as Jews, Israeli, and also lovers Israel. This tefillah is found by written by Rabbi Meir Balanes. I will recite it in Hebrew, and then you will answer with Amen, and I will paraphrase in English. This tefillah to me capture the days ahead of us. לשם נשמת אבותינו, אבות עולם, לשם נשמת התנא, רבי מאיר בעל הנס, לשם ייחוד קודשה, בריחו ושכינתה, בתחילו ורחמו לייחד שם, יוד ה' בו' ה', בייחודה, שלם, בשם כל ישראל. אלוהיה דמאיר ענני, אלוהה דמאיר ענני, אלוהה דמאיר ענני, ריבונו של עולם. הריני נותן סך לצדקה, לשם נשמת אבותינו, אבות עולם, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ולשם נשמת התנא, רבי מאיר בעל הנס, ולשם נשמת כל הצדיקים, כל החסידים, יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, כשם ששמעת את תפילתם, ועשית עמם נפלאות, ניסים ונפלאות, גלויים ונסתרים, כשם ששמעת את תפילת עבדיך, מאיר, ועשית עמו ניסים ונפלאות, והצלת אותו מכל צרה וצוקה, והוצאתם מאפלה לאורה, כן יהי נא שעת רחמים ועת רצון מלפניך על כל עמך בני ישראל, ניסים, נפלאות, גלויים ונסתרים, תצילנו מכל צרה, מכל צוקה, מעתה ועד עולם. אדוני צבאות עמנו משגב לנו, אלוהי יעקב סלה, אדוני צבאות, אשרי אדם בוטח בך. אדוני יושיע המלך, יעננו ביום קראנו. I will paraphrase this as we all say, Amen. May it be your will, God of our fathers, as you've heard the tefillah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our Tanaim, Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, and as you have done might and miracles, both appearance and those hidden, and as you heard their tefillot of Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes through him today, and you saved them from trouble, from tribulation, as you've taken us from darkness to light. May the hours of mercy will come to all of Israel today to experience might, miracles, both concealed and also open. May you redeem Israel today from every trouble and from every tribulation, from now and forever. The Lord of our armies, He with us today, the God of Jacob, Selah, the God of army. Blessed is the man who trusts in you. Adonai, save us, the King, and may you will answer to us in that day. And we say together. Amen. I want to start this very special broadcast today with a disclaimer to all of you who are watching me right now. We are living right now in a time of prophecy. We must understand this. You are watching an escalation of end-time prophecy. And I warned you in October the 7th. Think about October the 7th as a faucet that is drip slowly, a constant stream of water. October the 7th event is an event unlike any other event in human history. And the reason for that is simple. Somebody turned the faucet on, and now this faucet is running in an expedited fashion, meaning the prophecies that we read about in the Bible, specifically related to Gog and Magog and the coming of Mashiach, will happen faster and faster. This week we launch our AI solution to bring the Besorah to thousands and tens of thousands in every language, tribe, and tongue. You notice something common. It is moving faster. Technology causing us to move things and do things faster. And the same is about darkness. Darkness is moving faster. Light and darkness are about to collapse, and they're about to collide with one another. And we have to understand that not everything that we're seeing right now in the world is as it appears to be. So you have to ask yourself the question today, what happened? Since October 7th, Israel has been trying to negotiate a deal to release the hostages. What all of a sudden happened? And what it has to do with the inauguration of Donald Trump to the White House that is happening this upcoming Monday. It has everything to do with us, and we have to understand it through the lens of prophecy. But I'm going to take you first through the physical, because you are not to be ignorant. Brothers and sisters, you are people of faith who hold in your hand the Tanakh. You hold in your hand Tehillim. You hold in your hand the Bible. We have to understand that the Bible was prophesied of those days that you and I are living in right now. So let's understand, first of all, what has been said, what has been agreed upon. I want to decode for you this prophetic video that I've released to you. But I also want to tell you something. This is not a gimmick. I wrote this book not to make money and not to become famous. I wrote it because there was a direct transmission and warning from Hashem for everybody. And I challenge you today. If you speak English, you have it available, or Spanish or Korean, or if you speak French, this is available. It's available for everybody. And I made it also available to you in the Kindle platform so that you will be able to understand this. The point right now is for us to understand the moment where we at this moment in time in prophecy. And I believe that you will be able to understand it today really carefully. So first of all, let's start and talk about what is this deal that is being signed. Let me explain to you that only the first part of this deal has been signed. In this first part that is starting basically tonight or early tomorrow morning, this is a ceasefire for 42 days. This ceasefire for 42 days will assure that Israel will receive 33 hostages back. However, and I want to stress to everybody who is watching me today, out of the first 33, we have 98 there, and 33 are coming back, and that's the crazy part of this agreement. Nobody knows how many of the first 33 are alive and how many of the 33 are dead, which is just absolutely insanity that we still don't have this type of information. We don't know that. But we can know this, that out of the 33 that will be released first, it will be women first, female soldiers first, elderly over the age of 50, wounded, sick, and the baby that everybody wants to see happening and coming forward. Now, I want to stress to you, we still do not know how many are alive. Now, on the other side, we are releasing the ratio, roughly the ratio is 1 to 30, or for women is 1 to 50. We're releasing roughly 1 to 50, meaning for one hostage, the woman's hostage we release, they are receiving 50 people in average. The majority of the people who are being released are people that we are considered heavy criminal. What does that mean? A rapist, a person who did a terror attack, a person who has been part even of October the 7th. Some of those people are being released. People with blood on their hands. So we are releasing heavy criminal. And I want you to understand that the people who are being released are criminal. And the boost that this is going to give Hamas, the boost it's going to give Hamas is beyond measure. We have to understand that. Now, during this time, Israel is still in the area, the region of Gaza. They are still inside Gaza. However, on the 16 days of the ceasefire, meaning in about 2 weeks from now, they're going to start the second part of the deal, where they're going to speak about the rest of the hostages. And here is the biggest point that people are missing, is the last point on your screen. Tikanes letokef hafsakat esh kevua, meaning a complete ceasefire is going to go into effect. This is the biggest point that I think all of you have to understand right now, that this is leading us to a permanent ceasefire, which will give them an opportunity to rebuild Gaza. And the question is that mean that Israel will not be able to go inside? We are going to talk about this today, because you have to understand to where this is leading for. But the pictures from Gaza are just absolutely stunning. The celebrations in Gaza, Hamas is alive and well. I want to tell you this again, that you will hear me. Hamas is alive. Hamas has not been destroyed. No matter what it is, if you remember in the Fall of Edom, in page 91 of the book, I said this, and I will read it to you again. The sons of Esav will be defeated only by the Mashiach, son of Yosef, the guardian of the covenant, the righteous, a foundation of the world. The power of the kingdom cannot control him. We will not be able to have a peace agreement with those people, not the way we think about, but there is a peace agreement is coming, and I need you to hear it and understand it and to digest it. The fact that we are heading right now in the same day, look at the, you think it's a coincidence, and the same day that Donald Trump is entering into the office, the agreement is being signed, or being implemented, I should say. That is not a coincidence, brothers and sisters. Not at all. The fact that it's happening in the same day should be, especially for those who are watching us from the United States of America, should be a trigger point, a prophecy, trigger point. Let me show it to you so I understand. Wait a second, we are working on this deal for 15 months. Nothing has happened. And all of a sudden, Donald Trump, the Messiah riding upon a donkey, is coming to the office, and all of a sudden this thing is signed. We have to be wise about this. We cannot be foolish in understanding what is happening right now. Let me show you headlines from the Israeli paper. I took the liberty to translate those to you to English so all of us can hear it and understand it. Trump envoy, this is 48 hours ago. Trump envoy told Netanyahu, it is time to be a friend again. If not, we'll pack our bags. This is how the deal was signed. Here you go, friends. Don't be ignorant. Be sensitive right now. The Wall Street Journal claimed that Trump instructed his envoy, Witkoff, to deliver a strong message to Netanyahu in the form of decision must be made. A similar message was passed to the mediators. The New York Times reported that the Qatari prime minister convinced Hamas to give up key demand. American and Israeli official warned the agreement is still fragile. You need to understand what happened. Donald Trump went and bullied Israel to sign this agreement. He didn't have to bully Israel only because all the bullies are also inside of Israel. We have so many bullies inside of Israel in the leftist government who now join forces. You see, before November election, Israelis said, oh, we can't wait for Trump to come to office. He will give us free hand to do whatever we need to do in Syria and in Gaza. Look what happened the moment that Donald Trump came to office. He came to office and he strong-armed Israel to sign this deal. Brothers and sisters, this is a sign. And I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the anti-Messiah. I'm not saying this. What I am saying to you is that, as you're going to see with me in a moment, God allowed him to be in the office because he is ushering right now the redemption, and he's using as a tool that will lead the entire world into Gog and Magog. Yeah, you heard me correctly this morning. God is going to be using Donald Trump administration to lead Israel and the entire world into Gog and Magog in an expedited way. We have to understand it, friends. I wrote about this 15 years ago, and it is happening right now. Israel will not say no to Esau. Remember the Torah portion, brothers and sisters, when Yaakov saw Esau and he had everything. What did he call Esau? He says, my master. For Israel, you have to understand, our master is not Hashem. Our master is God. The master of Israel is, the master of Israel is America. We need to understand it today. And those who want to be masters over Israel, like United States of America, I would be very worried. I will be very concerned for United States of America right now. In a minute, you'll understand why. I'm going to show you a few things about this agreement that you don't know. And you need to know. Because as they say, the devil is in the details. Pay attention to that, brothers and sisters. We need to alert the remnant believers this morning. Look at this. I continue. And it says, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump instructed his envoy, Steve Witkoff, to deliver a strong message. Hint, hint. What do you think the word strong message mean? The word strong message to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu mean a threat. Don't be ignorant. United States and everybody who say, oh, Trump is going to save us from Biden. Not really. Not really. Because, and I explained it to you in the book called The New Hamas, that now I hope you understand, it's not a mumbo jumbo. Every office, every government is controlled by the Sarim right now. And the Tsar of Persia, Hasatan himself, as I explained, is also infected the United States of America. It is true. We need to understand it. Look at this. Steve Witkoff says that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu received a strong message on the eve of finalizing the details of the ceasefire agreement and the release of the hostages. The Wall Street Journal reported Witkoff told Netanyahu that, pay attention, that the president was a great friend of Israel and now it is time to befriend again. If you don't want to work like this, everyone should pack their bags and go home. You need to transfer authority to the representative in Doha. Decision need to be made. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? In essence, what the message that came from the United States of America to Israel is the message, give it up. Give the power to Doha. Who is Doha? Give the power to Qatar. How can we give the power to Qatar when Qatar is the one who financed Hamas? Do you understand how rigged this thing is? And don't tell me that this administration is good. This administration is coming in the day that it's done. It's also corrupt because we let the one who financed Hamas for 20 years to be the chief negotiator. And here the United States of America is coming and saying, oh, give the power to Qatar. Bibi, give the power to Qatar. Let me tell you what happened. Bibi cracked. Bibi cracked. It was too much for him to handle, and he cracked. And the cracking came as a direct result of the United States of America. I want you to know, and I don't care if people don't want to hear the truth. This is the truth, and we need to know the truth so we will not bow down to Baal. Look at this. According to this report, immediately after the meeting with Witkoff, Netanyahu sent the head of the Shin Bet, that's the FBI, the Israeli FBI, and the Mossad to Doha, along with the senior assistant, his political advisor, Ophir Falk, for an intensive week of negotiation, which ultimately led to the deal. Witkoff conveyed a similar message to the Arab mediator, whom he met a day earlier in Doha. He told them that the time has come for an agreement and not an endless diplomatic back and forth. Witkoff, it will be recalled, arrived to Israel last week for a meeting with the Prime Minister Netanyahu on Shabbat, on Saturday. Brothers and sisters, we have to understand something. United States of America just looking for a political gain here. They want something. They want on the resume. You see Biden and Trump right now, the way that they're fighting. Biden said, oh, I'm taking the credit. No, Donald Trump said, no, I'm taking the credit. It's absolutely insanity. It's not from a place that they really care about Israel. And that's something Israel does not understand. And let me tell it to you in the simplest way. Nobody cares about us. They want to use us as a pawn. Israel is a pawn, but nobody truly cares about those things. If you think that Biden cared, he didn't care. Look what he's saying. His farewell gift to Israel in the last few days in office. He banned AI chips for artificial intelligence for being exported to Israel. Does that sound like a president who cares? As they say in Yiddish, sei gesund, good riddance, goodbye. This guy was a trouble. But some of you are right now on the Trump cloud, the Mashiach who is coming. You also need to get off of this and understand that United States of America, even this government that is coming upon us, has been contaminated. And the contamination is great. Wait, I'm not done with this yet. Please hit the share and the like. We need to know the truth. Lucy, listen to this. Following the meeting, Trump boasted, like he normally does. This guy is just full of himself. Trump boasted that he had influence. Here you go. I put this in underline for you. I want you to see this. Trump boasted that he had influenced Prime Minister Netanyahu to sign the deal. I want you to put this in a big, bold letters. Donald Trump influenced, also known as pressured, also known as truly bully Israel to sign this deal. And please understand, we want to see the hostages so badly. But what has been signed right now put Israel in a national risk. Out of 32 people, 8 voted against this because they understand we're putting Israel in a national risk. And I understand Aravut, and I understand how much we want to see them. And I cannot even imagine what the families are going through. But you need to understand what is happening here on the prophetic sense. And I'm sorry, this morning I am fiery. I am very loud. This is my last address to you before going internationally. We have to get the spiritual IQ, the spiritual understanding to understand it. And here, the central news media is telling us this. That Trump boasted. Amazing. He boasted Israel, he boasted that he influenced Prime Minister Netanyahu to sign a deal with Hamas. Unbelievable. He posted it. Friend, I'm not giving you conspiracy theory. Look, he posted it on his social network, Truth Social. The word of Arab sources quoting the Times of Israel saying that Trump envoy, and I quote, influenced Netanyahu more in one meeting than Biden did all year at the same time. The New York Times reported that Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed El Thani was the one who convinced Hamas to give up some of the key demands it had made. Two sources similar with this matter told the newspaper that Biden administration has approached Trump envoy to cooperate on negotiation efforts. They are not natural partners, but the combination of these three. Here you go, El Thani, Biden, and Trump was the only thing that made this happen. Pressure was needed on all sides. The Arab world, Biden and Trump, and this is what it says. Pressure was needed from all sides, from the Arab world, from Biden and Trump. But notice who the pressure is on. The pressure is on Israel. The pressure is on the Jewish people to do things that you don't even understand. The things that we're doing right now will not be able to be undone. And the interesting thing about those things is that we coat it with the sugar candy. And we make it sound so good. Oh my God, so wonderful. Oh my goodness. Look at the headline hitting Israeli newspaper this Erev Shabbat. Netanyahu got scared of Trump and he folded. But then the little baseball bat came from inside the country. And here is what it says. It's in little, you can't probably read it, but I'll read it to you anyway. Trump decided he wanted peace, not war. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump and Prime Minister. You have to understand, anything that Trump decides is what's going to be happening right now. I hope you are ready for a new world order, because it is coming. I'm not trying to scare you today. I'm not trying to frighten you today, but I hope you are ready for a new world order where whatever they decide will go. God help us. Israel has been cornered yet again. Yet again, we do not learn. And in a minute you understand where that all fit into prophecy. I'm sorry that on Shabbat morning, this is the things we have to talk about, but we have to talk about it. Because darkness is covering all the earth. Look at this. The highlight is, of course, that there is in Israel a messianic right, meaning we don't mean messianic like messianic Jews. Those are messianic who wants to live in Gaza and they want Syria. This is messianic. So you know who's the real enemy? Look at the liberal media in Israel. Who is the real enemy? The real enemy is those who say, no, let us live in Gaza. Let us build more kibbutzim. Let us build more villages. They're called messianic. Look how we use the term messianic now in Israel. Isn't it scary? They're the messianic. They're the fanatic. They're the crazies. Those who want to live in Judea, in Samaria, now they're nutcases. God help us. Look at this. Look how the media in Israel has been infected. The Messianic right-wing festival surrounded the figure of the United States President-elect Donald Trump. The celebration, look how things change. Brothers and sisters, look how things have changed. The celebration of Trump's victory in the right-wing strongholds in Israel were even louder and more cheerful than the party of Mar-a-Lago. You get it, guys? When Israel, when Trump wins, oh, the Mashiach will save us from Uncle Biden. Oh my goodness. That's happened November. Did anybody remember November? How worried we were? Look how things have changed, because even this administration has been infected. We need to pray for the inauguration that is coming. We need to pray that the light will overcome darkness before it's too late. Look at this. The red-haired Messiah. Oh my goodness, look at the wording. Has arrived. Smotrich, which is in the party of Bibi, but more on the right, declare the year of sovereignty. Smotrich is the same guy who say a year of sovereignty, is the same guy who now stood against Trump. He said, I'm not signing this deal. I'm against this deal. Are you getting this? This is amazing. Inoon Magal, who is a famous TV host, and his clowns, look at the language inside the Israeli media, demanded that all talks on the deal will be frozen until Trump arrives and make things right. And the right-wing spokesman and preachers hinted that even humanitarian aid to Gaza was about to be cut off when the red-haired man on the white donkey entered to the White House. Incredible language. Well, this week they discovered that they were the white donkey. How amazing that is. In our anticipation of the gates of hell, the Trump promised if the hostages were not to be released before he arrived, we have had a hard time understanding that this hell would also open for us. Do you hear it? The hell is also open for us. This is Israeli mainstream media. We thought the Mashiach is coming. No, friends. Without Yeshua, there is no salvation. America is not our saviors. You should know that. I know that some of you think, yes, they're equating Trump to the red-headed guy running above the donkey. The only problem is Israel is the donkey and the gates of hell is opening on us. Look at this. We had a hard time understanding that the gate of hell will also open for us. Trump decided that he wanted peace, not war. His emissary put a cap on Netanyahu's head and dictated the details of the deals. Netanyahu's ultimate demand to receive the list of the living hostages before the deal is expired in the bosom of the family. So did the demand to remain forever in the Philadelphia and Netzarim routes. Trump, it was reported, gave Hamas. I want you to hear what I'm telling you now. This is the most shocking and disturbing thing. You want to know why this is a terrible deal? I want you to read this with me one more time. Trump, it was reported, gave Hamas guarantees that Israel would not renew the war if Hamas did not violate the ceasefire. Trump and Biden essentially declared with their voices that the war is to be over. Donald Trump gave Hamas the guarantees that once they keep the end of the deal, Israel will not go to war anymore, no matter what. Friend, this is a dangerous thing that has been done by the United States of America right now. And I need you to understand it today. I need you to grieve for these things. I need you to pray that he will track back on his words. Because if this is the case, the gates of hell have been opening upon Israel right now in a way that we cannot even imagine. Look at this. And I'm sorry, I'm running out of time this morning, but I have so much to share with you. Maybe now this book will get to number 1 and you understand that what I wrote and warned the world about is from the Lord. And a warning for American friends. Look at this. Analysis from Haaretz newspaper. Gaza war is over and impediment or to Trump truly lucrative prize. Bravo. Now the real plot, the real prize is coming in. What is Trump? What is up Trump's sleeve? You want to know what is up his sleeve? What you see on your screen. Israeli-Saudi normalization. Netanyahu and his spin doctors promised that the hostage is just a tiny lull, after which, if need to be, the war will resume in full strength. We already know it won't. We already know it will not, based on what Trump said. But everybody from Doha to Riyadh, from DC to Abu Dhabi is here for the grand prize. Here we go. What's up the sleeve, brothers and sisters? From advisor to brokers, huge infrastructure project to multi-billion arms deal. What is the prize? Money. It's all about the money. Multi-billion-dollar thing from your pocket, by the way. You should know that. You're paying for that. And number 2, what is this grand prize? A normalization of the relationship between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Do you think Trump cares about it? No, he doesn't care about this, brother and sister. What is coming before us right now? It is the trigger. We receive the trigger that Gog and Magog is starting. We just received this. Look at this, my goodness. Epic. Trump says, and took it all over social media, he'll use Gaza's ceasefire momentum to expand Abraham Accord. Oh, wait a second, that sounds good. That sounds really good to have peace with the Arab. We have been dreaming about this. Or since I know, give peace a chance. As John Lennon is saying, let's give a peace a chance. Maybe we can make a peace with them. Brothers and sisters, do not be ignorant of the spiritual forces who are behind this. Do not be ignorant. From page 95 to page 111, I wrote about this. I wrote about this not because I'm so smart, because the rabbis of Israel wrote about this. And they say, when a king will come and he will convince Israel to make a peace with the Saudi king, meaning Abraham Accord, you will know. Listen to me. You will know that it is the time of finality for Gog and Magog. We have just received the greatest sign that we are entering to the final stage of Gog and Magog, and nothing can change it. Listen to this. The epic ceasefire agreement could have happened as a result of our historic victory. This is a quote, brothers and sisters, from Trump administration. The epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November, as it signaled the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all American and our allies. Wait a second. Safety of all American and the allies. What about the safety of Israelis? What about the safety of Israel? Do you see Trump mention the safety of Israel? No, he doesn't mention the safety of Israel because it's not about Israel. And everybody should know about it. It's about his administration. And when he say America first, he meant America first. It's not about Israel. And all of us need to understand this. Trump continued, I am thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returning home to be reunited with their family and loved one. Israel and the U.S. under the Biden administration had a long sought to broaden the deal to include major Arab power, Saudi Arabia. But such efforts have been halted in the outbreak of the war. And in Riyadh, it says that it will not consider normalizing relations until Jerusalem commit to a credible path to a Palestinian state. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Donald Trump said no Palestinian state. We will see when he changes his mind about that. Now, brothers and sisters, that you know all the fact, that you've received all the fact this morning, and it's not easy to make a teaching and a video like the one I'm making you today and say what I say in public, but somebody have to speak the truth. And that's why I'm asking you today, please financially support Ahavat Ami International. Please allow us so broadcasts like this can be available in Arabic. I want these broadcasts to be in Arabic. Help us. Support Operation 70. Let's put real quick Operation 70 on the screen. Go today. Come on, let's get everything that we need to get it. We need to broadcast the truth right now to the world. It is time, brothers and sisters. Now let me tell you this. I want you to hear me loud and I thank you. Right now, this deal that's signed will stand. And why it will stand? It will stand because this king, who is infected by Edom, according to the rabbis, will force, just like we saw the language, force Israel, and if not force, manipulate Israel into false peace agreement. They will look good, they will sound good. But guess what? This next round of signing agreements, and they're coming, with the Saudis, will bring world war, final third world war. You can remember what I'm telling you now. I don't know how many more broadcasts like that I will be allowed to give you, but you remember this, that you will get yourself ready. And I'm sorry that I'm sounding apocalyptic this morning, but I am telling you the signs before us. I want to quote from my own book, the things that I wrote 15 months ago. This is straight from the rabbis, page 98 to 111. And I quote straight from Chazal. This is not Rabbi Shapira. The year that King Mashiach is revealed, all the kings of the world and the nation are provoking each other. Check. The king of Persia, Iran, provoked the Saudi king. Check. What did Iran said? Iran said, Saudi Arabia, if you make a deal with Israel, we will attack you. You following that? It is happening. It is coming before us. And the Arab king go to Edom, US, to take advice from them. The king of Persia destroyed the entire world, and the rest of the nation are scared and shocked and fall on the face, and they suffer like a woman in a birth pain. Israel will be scared on these days, shaking. They will be confused, and they will ask, where can we go? Then God tell them, my sons, do not be afraid, and all that I did was just for you. What are you scared of? It is the time of your redemption. I want you to understand, we are seeing those events happening right now. It's happening in a lightning speed. We cannot release this thing to you without telling you the truth. In October 7, I released already. Immediately, 3 days, in 3 days, I wrote the new Hamas. Then I wrote this. I warn you, it's been out for so long. And I told you, when you see peace agreement between Israel and Saudi Arabia, you will know that the house of cards is about to collapse. It's about to collapse, and it's about to collapse, and it's going to be so swift and so fast and so furious. Right now, also, if you pay attention, Iran just signed a big agreement with Russia. It is coming to this. What will happen is Saudi Arabia will sign a deal with Israel. Iran will not let it happen. At this point, they more than likely will have a nuclear weapon, which they're very, very close to. And that will be the triggering of Gog and Magog. Now, everything in prophecy, human action can change the course, but I am telling you at least where we at right now and what I am seeing right now before myself. Look what I wrote in page 111. Based on the clear fact presented, it is clear why Hamas and Iran will do everything in their power to stop the peace agreement. The peace agreement between Saudi Arabia and Israel that the United States will broker. Look at this. I spoke about this a year and a half ago. Are you kidding me? In the ultimate trigger, in the final stage of Gog and Magog. Look at this. The Midrash explain that Iran respond to the world, Persia destroy the entire world, will cause this thing to happen. The Abraham Accord, although they appear like a good thing right now, they represent only the remnant of the house of Ishmael, as I explained. This is the remnant. Yeah, there's going to be a remnant from the house of Ishmael that will be spared. But that is the remnant. The other will turn against Israel because of the Abraham Accord. Look at this. There's something demonic behind it. As Saudi Arabia peace treaty in the future Israel will trigger the final word. This is exactly what Trump is aiming into. Our sages describe this word that will leave Israel scared and overwhelmed before the Mashiach appearance. Wow. What an amazing thing it is. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. In the parasha this Shabbat we read, and it says, a new Pharaoh arise. I was thinking about exact things. A new Pharaoh arise that did not know Yosef. A new Trump is arise right now that I'm not sure you know. The God of Israel. May he know the God of Israel. I pray that he will. I am not sure about this at this point, and I am sure that what is happening right now is controlled and manipulated by the Sarim. What our reaction should be. I think I said enough for one day, brothers and sisters. Our reaction should be today to be sensitive to the demonic forces. Do not idolize. The amount of Christians who idolize Trump and the administration and all this frighten me. You have to understand that. Look what happened now in my country because of the United States. There is no question about this. The sad thing in Israel, right now, the American administration views the heroes because they set the captive free. But they don't understand the bigger picture that is happening right now. We have taken a huge step forward toward Gog and Magog that will go into effect the same day the Trump coming into the office with the beginning release of the captives. I pray that Hashem speak to each and every one of you, that you will maybe making the tikkunim, you preparing. You don't have a lot of time. None of us do. We need to get ready for the coming of Mashiach. He's returning soon. And we cannot just say, oh, you're coming and we'll fix all of this. No. You know, in the parasha this week, and I'm going to teach about this, there's something amazing. Moshe Rabbeinu was born on the 7th month. He was not born on the 9th month like a normal baby. He was born in 7 months. We can also hasten the Geula. We need Mashiach to be born now, not to wait for the full term. This is the calling that you have for us, the remnant today. And there will be remnants, but these remnants today got to get ready quickly. Yes, today is the day. I urge you today to really read the Fall of Edom. I hope that I explained things well enough for you to understand. Read this, understand it, please. You will see why we release Operation 70, friends. Do you understand it now? I am broadcasting the truth to the entire world. We need to get more languages. We need more money. We need more finances. We need more resources. Please go. Put Operation Kiruv on the screen. We need you guys to come today and help us in bringing together this message like this today to the entire world. Thank you.